Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
We love this country. We love this country a lot. And I'm so tired of people dogging on my country. This country is the greatest country on earth. Let's say it loud and clear for all the commies to hear. This country is the greatest country on earth. The reason they hate this country is because it is the greatest country on earth. It is antithetical to their secular humanist worldview. This country has always stood athwart the evil which they use to predate all of the wonders that God has for his creation. America has and is not a perfect country, but it is a crystallization of what God intended a country to be from our very founding. This nation was founded upon the idea that all life is valuable, that all humans are created equal, that you have the right to defend yourself, and that the government should be small, and that the government should serve God, and that the people should be allowed to pray and worship in their own time, in their own right, and that we should come together for a single cause, which is to defend that right for people all around the globe. And that is a very important thing, ladies and gentlemen, for us to remember this 4th of July, because they're going to try and take that away from us. You see, there's a cold civil war going on in our nation. If you've been paying attention recently, you'll notice this civil war is raging in our country. No nation can last long being led by people who hate it. But that is precisely what is happening here, right now, in this country. It's a crisis. It truly is. And to say otherwise would be not truthful. And it's too bad. Why would you want to lead a country if you hate that country? It doesn't make no sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. These people don't love America. You see the Supreme Court making rulings. The first thing they do is, well, we got to abolish the Supreme Court. They ended racism and they ended child murder, so we have to abolish the Supreme Court. Man, why would you want to lead a country that you hate? The simple answer is power. America is the most powerful nation on earth, and these demons want to be in charge of it. These goblins want to be in charge of this place. Back in the old ancient times when Christ was walking the earth, he was tempted in the desert, and Satan brought him up to the highest mountain, and he showed him all the kingdoms of the earth, the most powerful kingdoms of the earth, and he said, I'll give you all these kingdoms, you got to worship me. This is what's crazy, because if you read that scripture, you'll realize that America was probably among those kingdoms. What Christ didn't say was, Satan, you don't have the power to do that. What Christ did say is, no, you got to worship your God and your God alone. You got to stay focused on that. Unfortunately, we live in a fallen, sunken place, and powerful nations always get turned inside out by evil people gaining control. We mustn't allow it to happen here. It can happen even to this great place. We got to fight it. These people are in a power cult. The only thing that they believe in is pure and raw power. And they want to destroy America by taking control of that power. They want to destroy America because they hate everything that America stands for. And they hate you. So our 4th of July message has to be very, very simple and very, very clear to these goblins. Get your raft. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you should get into a raft. You should reverse immigrate to Cuba, okay? Because the communist dictatorship that you so want is literally 90 miles away from where I'm doing this show right now. Now, Rolls-Royce's family, they did the opposite. They actually left Cuba. But you, commies, I got an incredible thing for you. I'm going to announce a few things on this show, some big things. But I will personally fund a scholarship for a dinghy for all of the communists and all the Antifa members and all the BLM rioters to get into a little rubber boat. And each boat will come with a copy of the Communist Manifesto. You can use it for toilet paper when you get to Cuba, because there is none there. It'll be great. And you can go live in your communist utopia. You can go there. Get in your raft, commie. This is our Pride Month, okay? You have no say here. We don't do that here, okay? This is our Wakanda. No, we don't do that here. This is our Pride Month. So you dirty commies, you should go. There are so many dirty communist assholes all around the world. You can go to them. You ain't allowed here. You're not allowed to come here and destroy this place. We're not going to let you. We won't let you. Cuba is 90 miles away. So that's what we're going to say. That's what we're going to say. Like, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Like, oh, we're all going to come together. Nope. I actually don't want to come together with people that want to destroy this country. I don't want to come together with the people that want child sacrifice. I'm not going to come and link arms with the people that are against religious freedom, like we saw in the Supreme Court 6-3 decision, overturning Roe v. Wade, like child murder. I'm not going to come together and link arms with the child murderers. I'm not going to come together and link arms with people that want to force their religion on me like a cult. No, I don't link arms with them. That's not what America stands for. And when you are going against our founding documents, then I'm going to say, no, you people, I will fight you. I'll fight you. And you have no idea. I got blood in this game. I got skin in this game. I got land and I got kids. And that's all a man needs. This country, we have nothing to be ashamed of. Part of the thing they're going to try and do is they're going to try and shame you, okay? Clips of them saying that the founding fathers were slave owners and everything like that. They're going to try and shame you, make you feel shame in America. Don't let them win. This is the greatest country that God has ever created, okay? We are an experiment. America is simply the greatest country in the world. I can prove it. America is a great country because America is a God-fearing country. Do you know that 90% of Americans believe in a higher spiritual power? That's huge. That's big. That's really big, okay? That's a great starting point. If you can say God is God and you are not God, well, then that's a really good start, okay? Let's start there. If you can state that you're not God, you're not a secular humanist, and you are not some type of like self-worship, navel-gazy, black hole narcissist, Jagov, that's a great start. And America has a great start in the fact that our people, probably because we're surrounded by such an incredible culture and such amazing beauty in this nation and such other good Americans. We are a country made up of good, generous people. It leads to us believing in God at a higher rate, like twice as high as other westernized countries. And that's important. We in America know that God is God. The government, most especially, is not God, because the government's what takes the place. If you don't believe in God anymore, then you will create a higher power, and that higher power will always be government. This belief makes our country a happy melting pot to live in. Warm-hearted, beautiful people live here. You see them every single day. They're all watching this broadcast right now. America is by orders of magnitude the most generous nation on earth. The American people donated $1 trillion to charity last year out of their own back pockets, according to UNICEF. You and me, that's not like forced at the point of a gun, like through taxation. That's you and I having generosity in our hearts overflowing, probably because we do believe in God and God calls us to be good Samaritans to other people. We donate more as a country than the next 10 countries combined to basic charities that will go and help people that we will never meet, people that probably don't speak our language, that don't look like us. So don't let them lie to you that America is somehow a racist country or an evil country. We are not. We are incredibly, incredibly generous people. That's our superpower. Alpha nations like ours typically crush and destroy other nations. With the heel of our boot, we would march upon Europe and then take it for our own. We would march upon Japan and then control the entire Asian peninsula. We would take it all for our own and try and make empire of the entire world. And we had every right to, actually, when we owned the nuclear weapon and no one else did. We could have been the warlords of Earth. Instead, we sat back and created shipping lanes so that people could live peaceably. It is a wonderful thing that we did. We showed aid and generosity and kindness and mercy to people who we could have and maybe should have crushed. That's the Christian heart shining through. That's the founding shining through. And it's a good thing, frankly, because overextended empires collapse a lot faster than ours is. The power of American invention has bettered the lives of millions of people across the planet, billions of people across the planet. Hey, what did America make in the last 100 years? If you were born 100 years ago, like, do you realize in your lifetime, you've seen the creation of the automobile, the creation of planes, the creation of cellular telephones and landline telephones, the internet, space flight, miraculous medical breakthroughs that have saved billions of lives. Pax Americana has summoned forth the sharpest decline in extreme poverty the world has ever seen. 90% of the world was in extreme poverty at the start of the 20th century in comparison to today. We have reduced extreme poverty by 90%. America has. Across the globe. This is staggering. This is because of America. 721 million fewer people worldwide lived in extreme poverty today than in 1981 alone. That's probably in your lifetime. This is why America, ladies and gentlemen, are some of the happiest people on earth, according to studies. We have some of the happiest individuals on planet Earth, in this country, in this nation. We care about the God-given majesty of our country. 85 million acres of this land is protected national parks. And the people who actually care about the environment are not the people who live inside of the rat holes in the filth of New York City. The people who actually care about the country and our environment are hunters, farmers, people who live on acreages, people who mow their lawns. Those are people who actually care about the environment in our country. Those people, not these smug libs who live inside of these absolute rat holes. No, those people are filthy. Get on your dinghy. I will pay for it. Many, many braver people than you and I perished making this country great. Millions, actually, according to the National Military Museum and Historical Society. Over 1 million people have died in the service of defending this nation. These young patriots never got to own a home, get married, live out their American dream. They were too busy protecting the American dream for you and for me. So that we could have this moment together. So that we could raise our children. So we could marry the loves of our life. Own our homes. They sacrificed everything protecting us. So let's do them a solid this 4th of July. Let's make sure that we protect our independence. Let's make sure that we, in the words of Abraham Lincoln, do not let them die in vain. Do not let them sacrifice in vain for us. We are a legacy of the millions of braver and better Americans that came before us. And I say that as a pejorative. I say that, ladies and gentlemen, because, quite frankly, if you sacrifice your life for this country, you are better. You are better. It's something we've lost. And something we need to regain and rekindle in this nation. We are proud to be Americans, extremely proud to be Americans, especially this audience. Americans are some of the happiest, most generous, most God-fearing people. We have made the world a better place, and we intend to leave it that way, and we will fight on. So, our message to you is this, especially you people who are going to try and insult us. Get in your raft, you filthy communists, you childless, hideous, ugly, goblin-like, smelly, gross, pink-haired, tattooed, pierced weirdos. You goofballs, all of you, be gone. You can go to Cuba. You can immigrate. I'm sure they'll be happy to have you. We're going to throw some red meat on the grill. We're going to salute our flag. One hangs outside of my house. I hope it hangs outside of yours. This is the pride flag. This is Pride Month, baby. Let's get going. We got some wood to chop. We got a country to save. And we got a good reason to save it. God bless you. God bless America.